Robert Saleh didn't do that his first year with the Jets. Deliver that message to all the players.
First play of the second quarter. Ward stripped from behind. And the ball rolled out of bounds.
A nice hustle. Chad Surratt not giving up on the play. Cam Ward thought he had much more chance. That ball was just whacked out of his hands and able to go out of bounds.
Third down and 7 for Ward and the Titans. Trailing by 13. Ward still looking. And now he throws wide open. Gunnar Helm, the tight end.
The outside collapsing the pocket. Nice job by Cam Ward. As soon as he gets out, let's see if... Oh, he did it. You're right, Kenny. Let's take a look again. Cam Ward sees it. Uses that big arm of his. Got to have awareness on the sideline. You got to be able to drag that toe. It would have been a very, very nice.
Townsend punts it into the end zone.
Seattle Seahawks, they said that they want to establish a run. They're going inside between the tackles, and they're frankly just testing the Titans' toughness right now.
Cartier Wright with the 69-yard touchdown run on the Seahawks' second possession of the night.
Very encouraging for the Seattle Seahawks. Understanding that they want to establish that run game, they do that. We already know about the weapons that they have. You look at a really, really challenging offense when you can establish a run game, especially when it's between the tackles.
Locke swings it out. Coming back to make the catch is Wright. So Megan asked Sam Darnold about in Seattle. There he is, Brian, Las Vegas. Fleury has coached on both sides of the ball, coached 10 years of college football on the defensive side. Worked his own in 2019 under Robert Saleh. And then Saleh lost him. Kyle Shanahan moved him over to the offensive side.
Yeah, remember? Shanahan to the offensive side. Ever since then, he's been with the offense. Now he's the offensive coordinator. Interestingly, right, he was a quarterback his whole life. Became the youngest defensive coordinator in college football 2006. Switched back over to the offensive side. So it tells you what kind of mind he has. But Mike Macdonald's really happy to have him here, build this offense, and really just create a seat for it.
That's Ricky White, gained 16 yards. At a Seattle first down. So Brian Fleury spent the last 7 years. Now he's running the offense in Seattle. He told us Friday, I used to hate all these people.
That's right.
And now I'm working with them.
Yeah, still has love for Shanahan. He owes a lot of his coaching experience to Kyle Shanahan.
Here's Wright. Looks like a face mask.
Yeah, definitely.
3 flags.
Personal foul, grab a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, first down.
That's Femi Oladejo. Grabbed the face mask of.
It's okay. That was bad, man. That was really bad.
Yeah, we asked Mike Macdonald about the hiring process, bringing in Fleury. He said it was right after the parade. I had to start interviewing candidates for offensive coordinator.
Right. He said at that moment is when basically the Super Bowl was done, right? His offensive coordinator.
Locke's pass was deflected. He left last week's game at halftime because his wife went into labor.
Yes, he did. He did. Congrats. Remember, he said that it was actually even tougher because he wasn't going to hire any of his in-house coaches, right? And so, no offense to them, they'll get there eventually, but he said he needed to bring in someone, so it was really challenging for him. They just won the Super Bowl. He has to tell these guys, goes and interviews Brian Fleury, and now here we are with this offense that's been doing really well under his regime.
One up by Cedric Gray.
Yeah. I liked his position because he's a tight end with speed. We've seen a lot of these guys over the years, and because he's a Miami guy, you know I got to reference my Jimmy.
After the play, we have unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense, number 33. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Look up the pass, unsportsmanlike conduct. Gray finished 5th in the NFL in tackles last season. He'll get it back to Brady Russell from the previous play. Wife Annie gave birth to daughter Hadley after Brady left the game at halftime. New set of downs for Drew Lock. Titans, 29-yard line. with Russell leading the way. Right with one of the two. The Seahawks, huge year. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 119 receptions. NFL Offensive Player of the Year. There's Locke, pump fake. And now he gets rid of it. And it's Russell who makes the catch.
Last year, we don't want to harp on it, but Kenneth Walker was the Super Bowl MVP. So that lets you know how good their run game, phenomenal for them. Every year, you just saw him getting better and better and better. Now he's the guy. He's the man for Seattle. But I keep all the success is going to come from. And Mike McDonald felt like Brian Fleury had a really nice grasp of how to execute in the running game, or obviously his best player, Jackson Smith and Jigba.
3rd down and 7 to the end zone. The Dutch attempting to make a spectacular play. He thought he had it. Let's bring in Mike Pereira. Mike, tell us what you see.
Yeah, I think one official had the ball hitting the ground. The back had the ball hitting the ground, and it is incomplete because he does not have control of the ball, as you saw when it hit the ground. Call.
All right, thanks, Mike. That's the first incomplete.
That would have been a heck of a catch by Foster. Now, Sam Darnold had been raving about him, how he's done.
So here's Myers. 44-yard attempt, hit from 48. Myers' kick is no good. Mitchell Trubisky comes in at quarterback for the Titans, hands it off to Julius Michael Carter Jr. For both of you guys, there's a target on your back after you win the Super Bowl. What does it feel like the next season when you come in for you?
Well, I think this is an opportunity for your leadership to stand, and you got to come back. It's a shorter off season. You really rely on the guys that have been there, the guys that are the high tempo. So I think culture gets to set in, and you get to rely on that.
I 1,000% would agree, and I think back to when we wanted Sam Darnold. It was even keel. We had a new message, a new mission. Everybody fall in line. And to your point, the young guys, right? Like, how can we be like them? It's not like, oh, I'm going to go out and do my thing. So the leaders had to step up, show what it is to be. And we had to do that, set the tone, set the example. And, you know, it's no secret, right? It's the hard work, room, and that's what we tried to do.
You know, the cool thing about this is they got 20 or 22 guys coming back. Like, I can't remember that many starters coming back, and you saw that in their preparation. You saw, you know, we joked around that Mike McDonald afterwards in our production meeting.
Right.
That's the luxury a Super Bowl winning team has, where his mind doesn't have to be on the 1s and 2s because his mind's on the 3s because they're trying to tighten everything up and get it ready for that stand.
Cody White lost the football.
That's what you want to see. A little jolt of energy.
And the Titans have recovered.
There you go.
Hey, along those lines, Julian, did you notice the same energy from the Seattle Seahawks that I noticed? And yeah, that is a clear drop. You go with the technicalities of how he dropped that.
Yeah, when you're a punter, the one thing, if you get nervous, you want to keep your hands, it keeps your elbows in. And I vividly remember the first time I was trying to catch punts in New England. Bill came up there and he tried to, with your hand, he goes, no, with your feet. You got to judge it right, have the feet there, and you have to have your hands up. Someone's going to make a team because of that.
Coach of the Patriots. From the 11-yard line, this is Carter. Now, speaking of the Patriots, Belichick's assistants, 2 with you. I know you have Champions fans have to be excited about with their new offensive coordinator. You know him very well.
Yeah, Dave Ball, EQ, IQ. EQ, he pretty on trying to learn our concepts, learn our formations. He's always cracking jokes, but his IQ is also huge. He's a challenge. He's got a playoff win with Daniel Jones. he's got the merit. And so when he's talking to a young guy like Cam Ward, that's a big thing. You got to be willing to be coached. A lot of these guys have been making a lot of money. They got all the success in college.
Flag is thrown. Trubisky to the end zone. Touchdown. Now there is a penalty marker.
Holding. Offense number 64. 10-yard penalty. Replay, third down.
You know, he's hungry. Everyone that we talked to on both sides of the ball, they talked about his competitiveness and his hunger. And the face of your organization for the next few years.
Robert Saleh telling us Cam is the first one in the building every morning. Hard worker. That's what his head coach had to say about him.
1,000. You know, you have to do that as the quarterback because everyone's watching you. And it doesn't matter. And if you're the starting quarterback, to see what you're bringing to the table. And that's something to get the Titans fans confident.
Third down and 14. The pass.
Like him can fail. Cam Ward, his personality, his transparency, his willingness to work, genuine, all of that. He said guys that have those same qualities, and then they're very successful.
Field goal unit comes out. Julian, how'd you like it?
No, I mean, just to see all your guys' notes, your all the things that you have at the disposal. You guys do such a great job. I mean, you got everything. I got
See what the magic happens, Julian.
I mean, it's cool to experience.
Joey Slide from 33. I know
You see these guys, they go out there, they're violent, they're physical in practice. It was fun to watch.
first head coach to win a Super Bowl while calling the defensive plays.
Thank you so much, guys. All right, well, Leonard, first of all, the 12s showed up here. They are giving you a lot of love in this crowd today.
I mean, we always give a lot of shout-outs. They also travel really well, and you see a sea of blue out here today.
There's a lot to smile about today. You know, every time I look on the sidelines, it looks like you're having about how playing for Seattle just reinvigorated your love of the game of football. So what did winning a Super Bowl do then?
Honestly, I keep keeping the competition high and always tracing edges. We never get complacent as a team. Even though we won the Super Bowl last year, you know, the ground all over again. And I think because of that, you can see the competition level on our team this year.
Speaking of fun and competition, Mike McDonald's defense.
I mean, I think the fact that he just allows us to be ourselves. He allows us to have fun, and that's the reason why I say the love for the game out here for the same way. He does being loose and focused in the building, and it means like we're focused on the details of the plays and what we have to do, but we're also loose in being ourselves.
And speaking of someone else, you didn't have to bring in someone else for DeMarcus Lawrence. He decided to stay with the team. I see that big smile. You guys have been having a good time.
Going to have him. I mean, he's year 13. He's one of the only guys older than me on the team right now, and somebody that I myself am still learning from. And honestly, you could probably ask him. I try to recruit him and make sure that he stayed here this year. And I was like, hey man, we have a chance, and I'm really glad to have him.
Absolutely. And from veterans to fresh talent on the team, who's maybe a guy or two that have stood out?
Playing all camp is Riley Mills. We drafted him while he was injured. You could tell that he was, honed in on the knowledge as possible from the older guys, the veterans. And now that he's physically able to contribute, he's just been looking outstanding this camp.
Leonard, before by becoming a Super Bowl champion, but then in the spring you became a dad to baby Zion as well. What has fatherhood meant to you?
To be, he's going to have what it takes.
Leonard, we appreciate your time as always. Good luck to you this season. Thank you. Appreciate it. Guys,
Thanks, Megan. Leonard talking about the great genes, his daughter Haley.
Yes, the legend, Ronnie Lott. He was, you talk about an anchor, he was the guy for the San Francisco 49ers. Zion definitely is football royalty. What I really liked about our interview with Leonard Williams, and he was talking as he went and asked his father-in-law,
After the
Ronnie
play,
Lott.
personal foul, unnecessary roughness, kicking team number 49. 15-yard penalty.
Year, how do I stay motivated? How do I continue to push and get better? And Ronnie Lott told him, you have to treat year and think back to how hard you practiced your rookie year to try and show everybody that you belong. How hard did you go through those tough days to show that if you take that mentality and take that approach for every season moving forward, you're going to be better off. And Leonard Williams has done that, and you've gotten better and better. His trajectory's gotten better every year, and now he's able to pass that on to the younger guys.
Baby's middle name is Lott.
About 15 years, we're going to be talking about him. D1 prospect, NIL, all that good stuff. There you go.
Chestnut makes the catch out of the backfield, 8-yard line, gain of 7. with Mitchell Trubisky in at quarterback for the Titans. The Bears and Steelers. Second overall pick back in 2017. And he was with Brian Daboll
for a year there, correct?
For one season.
That's right.
This is Chestnut who picks up the first down. And
fun few days, man. Really enjoyed it. Julie and I watching practice, the joint practice on Friday. That was a lot of fun. He got
great to hear his explanation on that punt. Talking about what Bill Belichick for the New England Patriots as Chestnut picks up 16 yards.
About his time with Bill Belichick and Brian Daboll, and how he really had to, again, grow, become the veteran, the leader that everyone's going to look up to even after they won a couple of Super Bowls.
Robert Julian was a quarterback in college and then became a wide receiver in the NFL. As well as a punt returner, jack of all trades.
See, I remember his predecessor. It was Wes Welker, and Wes Welker was the guy. Done, right? Those awesome slot, quick twitch wide receivers that can read the field like a quarterback. They know how to slip the backers and get, if not just as good, better than Wes Welker for what, 10 years?
Wes Welker 2.0.
Yes. Getting in on the tackle, they're really vying for that third cornerback position. Nehemiah Pritchett is the one that guy. There's Devin Witherspoon, highest paid cornerback in NFL history, and deservedly so. For anybody that hasn't watched interception, blah, 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 I encourage you to go watch his film, watch his versatility, watch his toughness, and then you'll understand why he gets for this Seattle Seahawks defense.
Seahawks brought in a two-time Pro Bowler, Trayvon Diggs. Signed him this past week.
Yeah, they are.
Trubisky backpedaling off third down and 9. It's Iomatter. Gain of 14.
Let's make sure that he caught the football. Love the concentration. Good job.
Down to 40 seconds on the clock. We set it down. Trubisky rolling right. And it's complete. DK. Last season as a rookie. Led the ball as a return man.
He's got a lot of competition around him at that wide receiver spot, right? How valuable can you be? How many other positions can you play if you're not going to be the starter or the guy at your main position?
Trubisky on second down. Pass incomplete. He was looking for the play for Robert Saleh with the Jets, and then spent some time with the Arizona Cardinals.
In a little bit, they weren't really. Their ones were playing in the first quarter, and it just wasn't all connecting, right? Gates couldn't convert on that fourth down, and now it looks like the twos. Obviously, the intensity is going to be there. They want to make the team. But it looks like they're starting to gel a little bit.
The battle for roster spots on both sides at every position.
And the reason I say that is because you can see the difference in the first teamers. It is very clear how they practice, how they perform, how they execute. We saw it in the 2 days, or excuse me, in the and really did a nice job. And then right now, the Titans, they're still trying to find their way, right? They didn't win a lot of games last year. They brought in a bunch of. They have to find a way to gel, create that culture, a culture of success, the way that Seattle has it so far.
From 40 yards out, he's connected from 55 and 33. Joey Sly now 3 for